today we're not going to be focusing on a character in Evolve. I want to talk about all the new things that are coming out on March 31st. This is going to be a major update, and they're including a bunch of things. But first, we're going to be talking about the maps that they are bringing, and we're going to be talking about the first map, which is Broken Hill Mine. This mine is very cool because it focuses more on trying to be stealthy and close quarters combat. So this is very advantageous for the Goliath because he excels in close quarter combat. But besides that, they're encouraging you to be more stealthier and maybe even trick the hunters if you can. Now all these maps are going to be able to be played, of course, in Evacuation. In Evacuation, usually if you win a certain time, you get a ability, well, not an ability, an advantage. And the hunter's advantage is mining drones. I believe it helps them out some way, either hitting the monster or giving them shield. I don't really understand how, but it does help them. And then if the monster wins, it's pretty cool because the map becomes all this dysfunctional and it starts sending out false signals, and the birds get scared of these signals, and then you believe that that's the monster, but they're just actually false signals, and the birds will eventually trick you and send you away from the monster sometimes. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see. And then we have Broken Hill Factory. Now, both of the maps are in the same general area, but they're different maps, of course. If you actually look up in Broken Hill Mine, you can see the crane in Broken Hill Factory, so that's pretty cool. But Broken Hill Factory is a little bit different because it focuses more on this chemical called borium. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it helps out in many different ways. One cool thing about it is that the monster can eat crates of borium, which gives them basically armor and energy. Now, this crates of borium can make noise and set off alarms, so you're also going to watch out from eating those. And as I said before, in these maps you can play them in Evacuation. Now, the advantage that you get for winning as a hunter is borium supercharged jetpacks. Basically what that means is your jetpack's going to be supercharged. I guess it's going to be recharged even more, and it's going to use less fuel maybe, or it's going to recharge maybe 200% faster. I don't know the exact percentage, but that's going to be pretty cool. And the monster's advantage is borium makes him even more powerful than he already is. So his strikes are going to be even more devastating than they already are. That's going to be very interesting for the Goliath. Now we're going to go on and talk about the 4 new hunters that they're bringing out. It's going to be really cool. We're going to start off with our first assault, which is going to be Torvald. This guy has a little bit of a background. Basically what happened is that the monster tore him to shreds, and ever since that day he's been training and waiting to see this monster, and his one absolution is to kill the monster that you're going to be facing. Now this guy is cool because he has cybernetics, and basically they were able to rebuild his body by making him robotic, which is crazy. And one of the main things that you're going to be using with this guy is the mortars on his back. That's going to be very interesting. Now, of course, you could call this very close to you or very far. You also have shrapnel grenades. These shrapnel grenades create hit points. So think of it as Lazarus semi-automatic sniper rifle. It creates those little armor piercings. Think of it as like that, but except they create a lot of them. And you can also use that. You can use a shrapnel grenade and a mortar from your back, and wow, that's going to be a devastating blow. You also get an auto shotgun, similar to Abe, but Abe has a shotgun that spreads. I don't know if this shotgun spreads like that, but we're hoping not. Now we're moving on to our trapper. Now, ever since they gave out like a little teaser for the hunters, you can see like a little creature sitting on this guy's shoulder. I always thought it was a parrot. I would have thought that was pretty cool, but actually it's a bat. And this bat's name is Gobi. Pretty name. Now, this bat, you can send in front of you and it'll scout the area and it'll tell you all the creatures within the area. So it's not going to be that big, but it's going to be able to help you enough to tell you if it's something's behind a rock or behind a ledge. You never know. And it'll help you track down the monster a little bit better. And it's like the perk where you can see creatures visible within 40 meters. I don't know if you ever seen that perk before, but it's like that perk. And you also have one of his main things was a stasis gun, similar to Abe with stasis grenades, but this stasis gun works a little bit differently. Now you can hold the stasis gun and bring the monster down to knees. What I mean by hold is you're gonna have to charge it up for about 3 seconds, and if you hit the monster with this, it brings him down to his knees. But if you use semi-automatic, which sends a bunch of little ones, you're going to be able to slow down most of the area instead of just that one little spot that you shot at, which is pretty interesting. So, for example, you can shoot a bunch of little ones in the direction you believe the monster is going to go and then throw down the dome. And hopefully he jumps into one of those areas and he gets slowed down. But of course you can also use the long second recharged one to basically just bring him down in battle, since you know he's already in the dome and you don't got to worry about that. But he also has a kinetic long rifle, which has the same. It's basically, it has the same things as the stasis gun. The kinetic long rifle, you can hold it, and it'll actually go through the armors. I mean, the armor of the monster. It'll basically ignore it and go towards the health. Pretty interesting, right there. I don't know. I guess it'd be pretty good if you already know the monster is about to die. You're gonna want to go straight for the health. If you know you're the last guy and you want to just kill from the health. I don't know how that worked though. I don't know if he can have armor and then you just chip off his health and he automatically dies, I believe. I don't know how that would work, but we're gonna see more as the game as the monster, not the monsters, the hunters come out. But then you also have the rapid fire mode, which does a lot of damage per second, so you're gonna be able to do a lot of damage towards him. It basically depends on, I guess, what's happening. Like, for example, if someone has a bunch of hit points on him, like Torvald with his shrapnel grenade, it's going to be very good to do that. And yeah, you're going to be able to get a bunch of little damage hit points if you use Torvald's shrapnel grenade, so that's going to be interesting. Now we're moving on to our medic named Slim. Now this is pretty interesting because if you hear the characters talk sometimes, they talk about this war that went on. It was called the Mutagen Wars, where people genetically modified themselves as insects and stuff like that. And that's basically what Slim is. He's one of those genetically modified people, and he looks kind of like a mantis mixed with a fly's eyes. I don't know. You're gonna have to see for yourself and see what you get from that. But his main gun is a leech gun. Now this is interesting because this leech gun helps improve the time for his healing burst. Now, his healing burst is different from all the other medics because I believe it has the most radius. So it's going to be able to basically go a wider range and actually heal maybe a bigger area of your teammates in just a small little area. Now, what's cool about this is because the leash gun doesn't only apply to the monster. You can shoot random wildlife and still be able to recharge that healing burst really quickly. So by shooting the wildlife, you don't have to kill it, but you just hurt it enough, and then you get enough of a recharge, which is pretty interesting. And he also has healing drones. Now this is tricky because healing drones do not heal if your person, one of the hunters is getting hurt. So what you're gonna want to do is either heal them after battle, when the monster is running away, or maybe even before if they're even damaged by wildlife. Or what you can do is you could maybe fight in a place with elevation. You want to have some rocks, and with these rocks you can set up the healing drones up there, and the assault can aggro the monster while other people are getting healed on those rocks. You're gonna have to see how that plans out during the battlefield. But he also has a cloud that makes you I don't know if this is a word, but unsmellable. Basically, the monster will not be able to smell you, which is pretty interesting. So if you're running away for your life, or you actually want to hide in the bush for once, the monster cannot smell you. So it's actually a good idea. But we're going to see how that plays out as well. And last but not least, we're going to our last hunter, which is Sunny. That's our support. Now Sunny also has a little background. Usually Parnell and Abe are talking how she helps save their life and stuff like that. She's described as a very optimistic person, so we're going to see how that goes. She uses shield drones. Pretty self-explanatory. They give you shield. I don't know how you could make that work even better, but it's pretty interesting that you're gonna actually get a shield above your health. I don't know how they're going to help you display that in the indicator, but we're going to see. Sunny has a jetpack booster. Now what's pretty cool about this jetpack booster, because it's not just boosting your jetpack. Basically, you can't run out if you're near Sunny when she's using this ability. It's like Kyra's acceleration boost, but even better, I believe. And she can't run out of jetpack while in range, so that's pretty cool. She has a mini nuke grenade launcher. Devastating. You can use Torov. I think that's, yeah. You can use a shrapnel grenade and basically use that mini nuke, and those will end devastating hits on the monster. But yeah, that's the 4 new hunters that are coming out. They were a very interesting mix. Most of them have the same ways that you could use the weapons, but it's pretty interesting how you're gonna have to use them. Now, last but not least, we're gonna talk about the newest monster coming out, which is Behemoth. This guy is a towering monster that just kills everything in its path. Of course, every monster has its pros and cons. Now, Behemoth is this big towering monster, but he cannot jump because of that. Now that's going to be a game changer there. You're not going to be able to jump place to place or even warp or dash or anything. You're going to have to roll away. Now this is pretty interesting because I believe that with the roll, you're able to gain momentum and slowly roll faster and faster. So that's going to be pretty interesting. You're going to want to have these nice landscapes that are smooth or even long valleys to get away from your enemy, rather than just these narrow paths. And the Behemoth can climb. He can climb, but that's not advised because he is a slow climber. But if you maybe get the climb perk for the monster, that'll help you even better. But I don't know. We're gonna have to see how that goes in the gameplay. But since he's this huge monster, I'm very scared to face him. He has slow hits, I believe. So you're gonna be able to dodge these hits more than you can with other monsters, but you're also gonna be, if you are hit by one of these devastating punches, you're out for the count. So we're gonna have to see how that works. His first move that I'm gonna be talking about is his wall. He's able to build the wall to isolate hunters. So basically, he can isolate a hunter and boom, just start knocking them out as much as he can before the hunters can climb the wall. I believe the hunter needs a full jetpack. Basically, all the juice will run out as soon as they get to the top. So it's also going to be a game changer once they're in there. You can use Sunny's jetpack booster, which can run out. So we're going to see how that plays. Maybe Sunny can help a bunch with the Behemoth. But he also has a tongue grab, which brings people close. I don't know if it does damage when you hit them with the tongue. I believe it does, but we'll see how that works. But what's interesting about this is because with the tongue grab, you can bring a person close away from the group, then build up the wall. So not only do they have to run towards the wall, they have to climb it as well. Unless you have Sunny, that's going to be a bit of a problem. You're going to have to use a lot of jetpack, and it's going to take some time. By then, the monster could have been already giving devastating blows and knock out the hunter, or even incapacitate him. So that's going to be interesting. And now we have his third move, which is lava bombs. That's going to be a pretty interesting mix. Now, with this lava bomb, it's basically a big rock, similar to the Goliath, but I hear this one can be lunged across the map. And once the lava bomb breaks, it breaks into shrapnel, which is even more hits, and then also sets you ablaze if you get hit by that shrapnel. So that's pretty interesting. You're going to be able to burn the enemies. One thing I've always been curious about is I've never seen the fire been put out if you jump into a lake. I've still yet to test that. I'm interested about that. So maybe the new maps have this lakes that you can fight in. I don't know. I doubt it, but you're also gonna want to stay by lakes if you're gonna be if his main moves are the lava bombs. So maybe you could try that. But the fourth move is a wave of chaos. So basically, that's what I call it. Basically, it destroys the terrain and stuns anything in its path. So it's sort of like Kraken's Vortex. It won't send you back, but it'll stun you. I don't know if this will completely stop you from moving for maybe about 3 seconds. Wouldn't be that bad, but it'll be crucial for the monster to win. But that's pretty interesting. Hopefully, I also see that it changes the terrain. That's going to be interesting. because some of these abilities, they don't change the terrain. For example, Goliath's rock throw, you don't actually see the little crater that he does when he picks up a rock, but this actually says that it does. Behemoth's move actually changes the terrain, so that'll be very interesting. But yeah, there you go, everything that's coming out on March 31st. Super big update. It's going to be very interesting to see. I can't wait to play it all. Go ahead and tell me what you guys think, which is going to be your favorite thing to do, and go ahead and check out some videos I'll leave in the description on some of the things that you can watch. You can also see some beta gameplay of the Behemoth, even though he's coming out very soon. But if you're that interested, you can go ahead and see that. They're also adding a new thing where you can spectate. That's pretty cool. I don't know if there could be 4 people in the game and then you can spectate, so that means there'll be 5 people and a monster. But we'll see how that goes. That's going to be pretty interesting. Maybe that'll be very good for tournaments that they have. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and hope you liked my video. That's everything new that's coming out on March 31st for Evolve. So thanks for watching. Oh, by the way, the maps are coming out exclusively March 31st for Xbox One. That's pretty interesting. But yeah, so you're not going to be able to, I think you're going to get that April 31st for PCs and other consoles. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys, and see you guys next time. Bye.